Now for our top story tonight, more wild antics from the far left. Take a look at this scene at the University of Florida last night, where students rushed the stage while Alberto Gonzalez was speaking.
Ladies and gentlemen, our young men and women fight overseas to preserve these kinds of freedom of speech.
I thought these students were against torture. Anyway, 2 of the students were arrested and a dozen others ejected for causing total mayhem at the event. And how about this display at the University of California, Santa Barbara? A dozen student protesters dressed as clowns and crashed a CIA recruitment meeting, staging a mock waterboarding and driving the recruiters off campus.
CIA, go away! CIA, go away!
Here's the question. Do left-wing activists really believe in free speech? Or are they trying to intimidate opposing viewpoints? With us now is Sunsara Taylor, an advisory board member of the anti-Bush group, The World Can't Wait. Sunsara, first of all, love the T-shirt. Were all the Che Guevara T-shirts gone, so you had to buy the impeached war criminals one? Is that?
I think that people living in this country, at a time when the Bush administration has, yes, legalized torture.
Why are you against free speech now? Why are you guys so afraid of Alberto Gonzalez, of all people? Why are you afraid of him speaking?
Let's just be clear, you've got to be kidding me. Gonzalez and people who think like him, the Bush administration, their mouthpieces in the media speak all the time. But they don't just have free speech to advocate torture. They use, and Gonzalez used the state apparatus to institute torture. This was not just a matter of
But you guys don't believe in free speech anymore, right? Because anytime someone, let's go through the list.
Is torture? Let me
Jim,
ask you,
it's not your show. Jim Gilchrist, Pat Buchanan. We're going down the list, okay? You ready? Jim Gilchrist, Pat Buchanan, David Horowitz, Ann Coulter, Bill Kristol, CIA recruiters, military recruiters are routinely insulted and intimidated on college campuses. Are you tonight going to come out? Are you going to come out and say no? The segment's going to end now if you don't let me finish, because this is what you do on college campuses. Your groups, just wait 1 second, then you'll have plenty of time to speak. Groups like yours, and you appreciate what these students did. These people come to campus because some people want to hear what they have to say. If you want to protest outside. Don't interrupt the speeches. It really seems that the left, which used to be all for free speech, and the ACLU's free speech, everyone gets a say. But when these guys come to campus, you guys can't stand it, and you have to make total fools out of yourself and embarrass the principled people in the anti-war movement, because I think there are some principled people out there. I think it's insulting to them what just happened at that campus. Insulting.
I think that if people sit quiet while someone who is a part of instituting war crimes and crimes against humanity. History is going to judge us.
According to whom? The Marxist Daily?
According to Nuremberg standards. Do you think waterboarding is torture? Will you answer that?
First of all, I have no idea. I'm not an expert in military affairs, and I don't think you with your little orange T-shirt are pretty much of an expert in anything.
Which I advocate other people wear, the color of the Guantanamo.
What's the wristband's purpose, by the way? Is that to hide something else under there? Is that like lacerations by the torture crowd?
I'll be very happy to show you.
One thing that's amazing is Mahmoud Ahmadinejad comes to Columbia. And did you protest Mahmoud Ahmadinejad when he came to Columbia because of what he does to women and minorities in his own country? Did you protest him?
I was there on the campus with a big banner, and I'm sure you could find footage that said Ahmadinejad is bad.
Did you storm the stage?
Is worse.
Did you storm the stage?
And you know what? They're both evil.
Are you in favor of storming stages when people who disagree with you speak?
I'm not advocating storming stages.
So you're going to denounce that tonight on this show?
They peacefully stood up.
That's peaceful? Did you see that videotape? Are you kidding me?
And they demonstrated waterboarding. I applaud, let me tell you this, I applaud a student who's willing to undergo.
Rushing stages right on this show tonight, or no? Will you not?
I'm applauding the student who underwent
So you will not denounce rushing a stage.
I denounce people who sit back silent while war crimes and crimes against humanity are being waged in our names. And no, this does not hurt the anti-war movement. You know what hurts the anti-war movement?
What about the good news coming out of Iraq? Are you upset about the good news coming out of Iraq? Or are you happy about it?
4 million people displaced. 6 100,000 dead, and you talk about
the New York Times today. Or is that part of the vast right-wing conspiracy of the New York Times? Is that part of it?
Article, it detailed how most people are not able to come home.
Of course they're not. The country's at war. It's very difficult.
Yes, because of the U.S.
Here's my question to you. Here's my question to you, Sunsara. Are you able at all to recognize any positive news at all coming out of Iraq? And if so, just tick off the points.
I think that when people stand up and resist the crimes of this government...
So the answer is no. No good news coming out of Iraq. That's worth even saying...
That the troops are carrying out?
Clap about. Even be happy as an American.
I will not applaud the war crimes being carried out by these troops and in our names. No, I will not applaud them.
Do you think the military is filled with honorable, patriotic people who want the best for America, want the best for people across the globe? Or you really don't like the military, do you?
You always want to make it about who is on the ground. I know plenty of soldiers who come back and talked about against... I went on tour with some of them who are against the war.
I'd like you to take this little act with that T-shirt to Bagram Air Force Base, where Bill O'Reilly just was. See how well you're received with our troops who are actually doing the heavy lifting that protects your right to make a total fool out of yourself, which those kids in Florida did.
War against that
they protect your right to speak out. You should thank them because they actually protect your right to wear the armband, wear the T-shirt, and goof around.
Here you are admitting that the rights that people have in this country rest on the boot that the U.S. is putting on the
You're afraid of Alberto Gonzalez speaking. Do you know how ridiculous that is? Do you know how silly that looks?
This is not a free speech issue. This is about war crimes and crimes against humanity. And you know how history will judge you. You say I look silly on Fox News where you're spinning.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I'm not spinning. I've said it's very difficult in Iraq, but I am actually able to announce good news.
One of the people who justified war crimes and crimes against humanity.
You blame your country for everything, and it's got to end.
Stand
up for your country. You're not. You're embarrassing yourself.